Hello, and welcome! It is Tier 1 of Esports Prospects, and we're here at the Netherlands, round 6. I'm joined here today by my co-commentator, Lemony Tang. Are you excited for this one?
It's going to be a great one there, Paddy Pat, as you say. This is Zandvoort in the Netherlands. It's going to be a great one here this evening. This one always throws it up. It's very tight and twisty, but also quite fast. So these guys really have their hands full now.
They definitely do indeed, and Netherlands is quite a tricky track. It's going to be interesting to see what lines they take as well, going through that long sweeping left like horseshoe turn. You know, in real life they really do take that wider, longer line to get this maximum speed. So we'll see what the different lines are chose through there as well. Let's have a quick look at the standings as we see them right there. I've just realised that I've not gone into spectate, so that's a great start, isn't it? But yeah, so the championship leader, it's still CPI Robbie out there at the minute, but closing the gap is LFR Scotty after getting 2 wins in a row. Can he get it third here today, Lemony?
It's going to be interesting. He's definitely crawled himself up towards the top of the leaderboard there, but as you say there, Robbie is quite a bit out front at the moment, so we'll see how the rest get on for the rest of the championship. But today there is 25 points on the board, 26 if you include the fastest lap, and yeah, there's plenty still yet to go. Let's mention then Troye then in third with 51 points. He's going to need a good showing here to make sure he doesn't get left behind by these two at the front. Fourth place is the McLaren Quasar and the Williams driver of FRL Jackson, who's now dropped down to 5th place. QC Alex will be looking for a good result here as well. He's got the pace, bit unfortunate last week, so keep an eye on the Red Bull out there today. PRL Optic on 20 points, the same as his Mercedes driver on 20 as well. Goofy on 9th, and his teammate last week getting his first points of the championship, and what a showing it was for Big Bang Bino. Those 12 points was very well needed for the Aston Martin points. And rounding off that top 10 is Bingram, a tier 2 driver, got quickly promoted as soon as the admin seen the pace of that guy. Still got 2 drivers on the grid yet to get off the mark here at round 6, and that is Spider-Man and CRE Camry. Now them boys are going to have to do something, aren't they, Lemony? They definitely need to get something out there, alright. Spidey he normally is Mr. Consistent. He has found himself in a few precarious positions during the season, and also as well himself there at the bottom of the championship there. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Cameron and Spidey get on, and Vundix as well. You know, he's still only at 1 point down there, so it's quite a lot of fast drivers who really need to get their act together.
Yeah, indeed. So, but we do have a driver on a hot lap at the minute, and it is a Quasar who is going through sector 1. Just talk us through this last few sectors here, Lemony.
Yeah, 100% there. So a Quasar is coming through. Where is he here in the McLaren? So yeah, quite a tight, twisty section here. This is, I believe, turn 9 into 10 this is. So it's easy to lose the rear end here at turn 10. Hard on the throttle now towards the chicane, turn 11 and 12. You know, it's one of these tracks, if you hit these bumps too hard, it unsettles the car a lot more than you anticipate, and you can actually bleed time through that corner. I think he's backed off here at Quasar as well.
He has indeed. Optic, though, is out of qualifying again. Is that a DNF, or is he just retired in the pits? Obviously, my name is in there, but I should have been a spectator, so it's a bit of a rookie error on my part. Bingram then, first a 1:10.5 at the minute for Bingram. Scotty in the 1:10s as well, along with Shifter and a Quasar.
Quasar on a fast lap now, though. He's in 4th on a 1:14.3, but you know that was a bit of a back off on the last lap there, so he comes up through this 5, 6, 7 complex. It's very easy to lose the rear on the exit here as the track undulates around that corner into 8 now as well.
compromise your exit here. Sorry, don't compromise your exit. Sweep it into turn 9 then, and as we rejoin where he made the mistake the last time, into turn 10. Not too bad. He hugs that apex nicely through there. And again, back hard on the throttle now towards 11 and 12, the chicane. Watch them curbs on the inside and the outside. They can really upset your lap time, but he's definitely got a great shot, slingshot out of there into 13 now, and to round it out now, flat out through 14, changed to this banked corner now this year, and a fantastic slingshot out there. Watch your rear tyres though on the old tyres, but he's in the 5th with that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, so just riding on board then with QC Alex coming around the last sector, the last turn. He's on the medium compound tyre. Let's see what time he gets. He goes top of the pile with a 1:10.495. These times are already so close, Lemony.
Yeah, indeed, but there's a mixture of tyres and strategies out there. Some drivers on mediums, some drivers on softs. As we see Bingham going to be coming out now as well. They're all in the pit lane. But yeah, great lap time from Alex. These mediums seem to be bringing the lap time at the moment.
Yeah, so right on board with Big Bambino, the Aston Martin driver who got off the mark last week with his great 12 points. He's on a hot lap now, choosing to be on the mediums, although it does look like he's backed out there, doesn't it?
He does. Yeah, he does indeed. He is indeed. He's on an out lap.
Oh, it says on his out lap. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah, no, not to worry on that one. Sure, look, Albo's out there on a lap now in the Scuderia. How's he getting on? He's coming out through turn 10 into 11 and 12 now. Yellow flags out there as well, presumably for people slowing down in the last sector, a bit of traffic. And there's them curbs we said. You see how it unsettled the car, and he ultimately lost a few tenths. Anyway, into turn 13 now on 14. There's not much he can do. He's taking 2 bites of the cherry into 13 there as well. So definitely more time to be had on the table. And I think he's going to be coming into the pit lane. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
so we aborted that one now.
He definitely did. So a bit of a scrappy last sector there. It's just getting a feel for it. It does. It's one of those tracks that can be quite challenging, and you've really got to hit every apex at the right place at the right time. Get that power down as early as you can, but not too much, because this track can be so unforgiving. Right on board with CPI, Robbie then on the medium compound tyre, and he's heading in to his hot lap right now. Bit of traffic in front, but let's have a little look to see what his lap is going to be. He's warming up those tyres, getting it ready, the temperatures into the optimal use, and he's going to absolutely launch it out of this turn now, and away he goes down the straight. The DRS are wide open, one of 2 DRS zones at this Netherlands circuit, and away he goes into turn 1, braking just before the 50-metre mark, keeping it nice and tight, accelerate, going over, using all that curb on the left-hand side. We got a left, we got a right, then all of a sudden it's bang on the brakes, trying to straighten up that car before you enter that turn, and he goes slightly tight into a wider exit. Now it's pretty much flat out through here. Really make sure you hit those apex, cutting across that curb on the right-hand side. Right now, pick your braking point into the turn, just a dab, and use that left-hand side. Same again, a dab, and then use that left. A lot of pressure on the front left side of the tyres there. It's looking very clean so far. A little bit of a slight rear light up on the exit there, but that's really tricky to get right. Keeping it tight now. Second DRS zone, along he goes, and we're flat out, reaching up the speeds up to 185 miles per hour before the braking zone, cutting across the curb, keeping nice and tight, really hovering on that acceleration point there, and away he goes. Another braking point now. He's coming to the last turn where now he can put the pedal to the metal. The DRS is going to be wide open. What can our champions leader do here? He goes from 16th on the grid to a third, a 1:10.5 for our championship leader.
So we said it before and we say it again, this thing really does come down to hundreds and thousands of a second. We see a good few guys within them brackets right now out there. But Shifters is still out there at 110. Oh no, wait a minute, Scotty just goes in there at 109.8 on the soft tyres. Last week's winner, throwing the gauntlet down for everyone else, including Robbie, the championship leader. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one here this evening. Scotty's definitely throwing the bar high up with that one.
Yeah, 109.8 then on the soft compound tyre. He's got 8 minutes left of the session, and he wanted to get that early soft banker lap in, and not a bad lap at all there for Scotty. Right on board with the Red Bull car of Clement Pheasant, and he's about to cross his line with his first time on the board, albeit only a 126.4. So maybe another extra lap there for Clemeny to get those tyres up to temp.
Yeah, just getting himself warmed up to this track as well. It is one you need to build up the confidence to, especially with these undulating track corners and things like that. They really can upset your rhythm and your confidence, which is key around here as he's coming up through the very fast 5-6 into 7. Again, a little bit of a hesitation lift through there on them softs. So you can take a flat if you're brave enough, but you can also smash the wall if you're too brave as well. So into 9, and he has a good exit through there. It's very tricky. You can lose the rear there, especially running traction control. That's it. So that's going to be really hard on these guys here this evening as well, especially on some old tyres. And I think Toto Carney might have crashed out. Yes, he has. We're just about to come up to the second last corner. He's going to be in on the right hand side. The track, there he is there. So unfortunately for himself, but Clement Pheasant comes out of the last corner now. He navigates that nicely, hugs the inside, minimises the amount of track he has to travel, and he's still into 12th. But he's got himself a 1:11.4, a very respectable lap time, considering the whole grid is pretty much within a second here.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all, but it's a bad day at the office for the Mercedes drivers, as 2 of them out of this qualifying. But luckily for Toto, he did put a good 1:10.6 in. Let's just see how everyone else goes here with only 5 minutes left of this session. For only 2 on the track, yet to set a lap time is Albo and CPI Troye.
Ooh. Bingham was on a lap there, so just have a look, and he got a very big wobble at the top of the hill there, turn 7, and he invalidates, but he most importantly saved the car.
So Reese crossing the line in the Williams then. He goes a 1:10.4, so close to Equator. Equator sneaking into the third at the minute. He's enjoying this track out there today.
Yeah, the McLaren driver, Mr. Consistent, we do say that a lot of times about Equator. He's always battling for the podium by the end of the race. Can he get a good qualifying and be up at the front from the very get-go? He could challenge for the win here this evening.
He's definitely looking very confident there in third, and like say so close to second. Shifted Merksey though on his outlap. So is Scotty. Scotty's going for another one as well. Keep an eye on Robbie. Robbie only 6th fastest out there at the minute with a 1:10.5, but at least this week he's managed to get a banker lap down.
That's the most important thing in the track around here, is there's 5 minutes and 40 odd seconds. Everyone's going to be thinking about their last runs now. The guys out at the moment though mightn't have the timing correct here. They're going to be on one at the moment. Wally is definitely pushing, but no, he's not actually. He is not pushing at all. So yeah, they need to kind of start thinking about pitting really this lap to get themselves out with a fresh set of softs for the last run here, Pat.
It's interesting to see what they're going to do here. It depends on how well they're doing on these sector times. Now, Big Bambino in the Aston Martin is currently on a 1:10.7, but he is 4 tenths up on his time. This could be a lot better for him. This could absolutely catapult him if he gets this sector 3 right. 4 tenths up on his time going through sector 2. This could be a dark horse here in the Aston Martin. Big Bambino then round the last turn for Lato. DRS open. What can it be for Big Bambino? It goes second with a 1:10.2. Fantastic.
Robbie's just spun on his attempt there, so not good from himself. Fair play to Big Bambino, you were riding on board of him. Fantastic lap time from himself. He's smashed it into second right now, and it's still going to be a hard lap time to beat. That's fantastic stuff from the guys up at the top here.
Just as you say that, QC Alex then drops him down to third with a 1:10.1. Now, LFR Scotty's on an absolute charge with the last 2 races winning, and he could get pole here today. Is anyone out there gonna try and stop that today? Looks like CPI Robbie is really struggling at Netherlands today.
He's definitely not got the rhythm. He's coming in again. He's going to be coming in, and he's flying into the pit lane there. So interesting tactic from himself.
It looks like everyone then is coming back in for one last run, but Equazer then currently down in 5th place. The sole McLaren driver out here today, as his teammate is not available. So he's got it all to do, and all the weight of McLaren on his shoulders. Will that affect his hot lap and his qualifying? Well, we're going to have to find out now as he starts his, I would say, final lap here in qualifying.
Is this, sorry, who we on board it?
Quasar.
Ah, nice stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the McLaren driver here coming through the dreaded 5, 6, 7 complex. Sorry, you caught me there looking at my lap timing screen, so I wasn't quite paying attention, but now I definitely am as he comes through the top of the hill now into the right, double right-hander really. You try and make it a double apex if you can. You kind of swing it out on the exit of the track there. Nice lines from himself there into 10. Oh, nice throttle exit there as well. A little bit of a slide, but not too much. Didn't lose too much time now. He got the main grip into 11 now. Cuts that curb. Oh, he plays it very close indeed, but he gets away with it. And then a great slingshot now towards 13 and 14. It's important. He missed the apex. He definitely did. So, but he compromised a little bit there, but he's got a good exit here through the last corner. He's going into the pit lane here, so I don't know. Does he have enough time? No, I don't think
he does. I don't think he does. He's got to really go for it if he does. He's got to go in, out, and away he goes. He's got to do a hot lap on his out lap if he wants to get back out there again. Bin Graham then down in 9th place at the minute. He's a 10th up on his time going through sector 2. He's got the last sector to the gate. And let's see if he can put that AlphaTauri well and truly in that top 10. Troye, yellow flags for Troye. He's gone and binned it by the look of it.
I think he has. He's crashed out there.
And Bin Graham goes straight up to 4th with a 1:10.3.
Unfortunate stuff for Troye there in the sister car, but that's why you suppose you're pushing out there. It's all the soft tyres now, I have to say, who really sent the lap times to them. Medium strategy from the start, quality has thrown out. But Ricey boy has started his lap now as well in the sister Williams. Can he get? He's currently out qualifying his championship leader teammate, so fantastic stuff from himself. He needs to throw it all out here now and really push the boundaries to try and get himself up that leaderboard here. They're currently in 7th and 9th. Not a great qualifying for the guys here, especially if they hit some traffic. And I think there is some traffic out on that track, Paddy.
Yeah, there definitely is. Sorry, I'm just putting the PRL link in my chat, so I...
No bother at all. So Ricey boy then is catching some traffic now as he comes through turn 10. Will they stay out of his way or stay in it? It all depends if they're on a lap time as well, because if they are entitled to finish their lap in fairness. So he gets through turn 12 now with good slingshot out towards 13 and 14. He might be just far enough away so he doesn't get a dirty wash off the car in front. But as he slingshot through turn 14 now, what can he put on? No, he's retiring here. Oh, he invalidated. I didn't quite cop that.
So then looking on board to CPI Robbie, who's going to go again. This is his last chance. He's only just going to make the line to have another run. And CPI Robbie is almost outside the top 10. As we've got a lot of drivers on track, but we're going to stay on board with the championship leader because this could be a massive upset as LFR Scotty then retires in the bits. A 109.8 is the best he could do out there today. Let's have a look then. Will Robbie improve on his time through sector 1? Let's have a look. He does by almost a 10th and a half. But he's got to do a lot more than that to get down to a 109.8. But it is an improvement. Bin Graham, Cameron and Reese Boy all finish. Oh, he gets a little bit wobbly and that's it. He's given up on his lap time.
No way.
Oh, and that's a big upset here in qualifying.
Oh, Alex just nearly lost it there.
Our championship leader is down in 10th place here at the Netherlands. Wow, big shock in qualifying there, Lemony.
Yeah, big one indeed. Quasar is just about to cross the line now. I think he might be the last one of the last. No, yes, he is. He's not retired. and he's gone 7th again. He was 1/1500ths off. So I think that might be it there, Pat.
It is indeed. LFR Scotty then is your pole sitter. And he's really on a charge to catch Robbie. Robbie, is he feeling the pressure, Lemony? Is it getting to him? Or is this just one of these tracks that he's just not that good at?
Well, this is the thing though here, Pat, alright? He's on 107 points in the championship with Scotty on 80. Right, and if Robbie in 10th, he's right mid-pack as well. It's such a tight track as well. He could get caught up here this evening. And if Scotty can keep his nose clean and get this win, that's a 25-point swing, and that's really close in the championship then. So the guys definitely will be looking to capitalise on Robbie's shortcomings here this evening. Shocking one with that one, ladies and gentlemen. But what are you meant to do?
Sorry, mate, I was on mute there. So looking at that, Troye on the mediums, and so is Robbie, albeit on 9th and 10th. But luckily for that, he gets to start on those mediums. Scotty then is your pole sitter. Shifters in the Alfa Romeo coming in 2nd. QC Alex 3rd. Big Bambino. Is this the start of his great comeback? After 5 rounds with no points, he gets 12 points last week, and he's now qualified in 4th this week. Is this the start of something special for Big Bambino in 4th?
Good stuff from himself. He knew he needed to pull something out of the bag here this evening, and he's definitely done something about it. But yeah, so he's got 12 points there in 12th in the championship. So yeah, as you say, some of the guys have done a good job here. They need to capitalise though and really solidate this performance with a good position in the race.
They definitely do. So I've got to retire. I don't know what the procedure is if I've not done that. Do I just retire and I'll go, because ghosting's not on, is it? So I'm gonna have to go round a lap and go into the pits, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Because ghosting's off, isn't it? So bit of a big mistake there from me. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get the start of this race because of it, though.
Well, don't worry. I'll still commentate it if you want. You can take it from the back there if if something happens.
I do apologise, guys. I do apologise. We're going to miss the start of the race because I'm going to have to do a lap and retire in the pit because ghosting is off, and I don't even know how to set off because I've got the control pad.
Okay, go through all the keys if you can.
Well, you figure that one out there, Pat. I'm going to take the viewers through the grid regardless. So that is Scotty, ladies and gentlemen, your pole position winner here this evening. Scotty is joined by Shifters in 2nd. Then we've got Alex and Bingram in 3rd and 4th in your 2nd row. Then with Cameron in 5th. Quasar in 6th again. Thereabouts. He's nipping some really solid points here this evening. Maybe a podium. Could possibly be a win as well. He does have some good pace around here. Ricey Boy in 7th in the Sister Williams. Pretty much lost it in the last lap there in qualifying, but can he do any better here this evening? Troye in 8th. Big Bambino in 9th. Looking for some solid points here this evening. Robbie, your championship leader in 10th. What's he going to do? He's on the mediums here. But again, he's got it all ahead of him here. He needs to keep his nose clean, keep his car out of the wall, and he should get some good points. Bo in 11th, Wally in 12th. We got Total Carney in 13th, and Ken, unusually down in 14th. Clement Pheasant there in 15th, Spidey in 16th. He's trying to get some solid points here this evening. We got Paddy, obviously, there, not going to be part of it here this evening. But it's good stuff, Paddy.
To be fair, I think I can retire. I think I can retire, because when you retire, you just go ghost anyway, don't you? Because you're not even meant to be.
To be honest, I don't know how you want to risk that, though, because I don't think they ghost. And then we have Optic in 18th. So...
yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. I do apologise, guys. We are going to miss the start of this race. I'm just going to make sure that I do retire in the pits. So I'm going to have to do a lap on the pad with no assist and manual. Brilliant. This was, yeah. Damn it.
That's all right. What are you meant to do? So as the last cars join the back of the grid here, the green flags are waving. And the lights are going to start coming on here. So the guys, it's all done and dusted it now. They have to go. And the lights are out. And away they're off of the start line. Shifters gets a great launch, but Shifters is definitely up the inside of Scotty. He's challenging for the lead into turn 1. How do they get on through there? They get away from it nicely. Scotty retains the lead, and everyone else then fanning out there. Quasar into 5th as well, having a good one. And as they all come piling into the hairpin here, how do they all get themselves out through the exit? A little bit of argy-bargy through the midfield there. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging as well, but not too bad between Robbie and Wally. They're still side by side up the top of the hill. Wally backs out of it. Robbie swoops around the outside there to take 10th position, and everyone starts to fan themselves out here. Rob, I hope it was, or Paddy, it wasn't too bad of a start for the guys there.
Well, looking from the back, me trying to do a lap, there was a little bit of collision between a few drivers, and they're just gathering themselves up. They may have picked up damage, so we're going to have to wait and see. I'm just trying to make sure I stay out the way of these boys as much as I can. A bit of a rookie error on my part for sure, but yeah, they're all away again. But Kaniti is down in last place.
Robbie's having an absolute mare of a time. He's dropped to 14th. He has damage to the car. He must have a slow puncture, perhaps. He must be coming in. He is. So he's got damage through turn 1. And that's the end of his race so far. He needs a safety car, although there is a yellow flag out there. But yeah, interesting stuff out here there, Pat. Wait till you get back out of the driving seat, back into the commentary booth. This thing is kicking off here towards the front as well. Yellow flags are out.
Once again, I do apologise, but I'm now part of the commentary box. We're back. I'm so sorry, we are back. All right, so yeah, Scotty leading the race so far. Great getaway. QC Alex in 3rd. Shifters managed to hold his position as well. But like you say, CPI Robbie with a stop. Did he have damage? I think he might have, as pitting that early. So yeah, Total Carney, Kaniti and CPI Robbie are not having a great start to this race.
Not at all. Robbie might try and go to the end of this race on them hards. I wouldn't be surprised. He might be hoping for a late safety car because, in fairness, he is out of the troublesome area in some free air. So he might be able to jump some of these guys once their tyres start to go off and his hards start to come into effect. Still some yellow flags out there. I think that's your car just pulling off. So happy days with that one. It's gone under a green flag once again.
Yeah, so Scotty gets away nicely, sets fastest lap straight away, so he's quite comfortable at the front. It's going to be a long race though for this sort of track. 50% is so difficult to keep the concentration around here. Those curbs can be unforgiving, and to have a 50% race, you've really got to be on the ball, especially keeping up the pace as well.
Yeah, the curves can be unforgiving, as you say, and the first thing that crossed my mind, oh, Wally spun around! So he's gone off into the gravel. Great avoiding action by Albo, I have to say. Fantastic stuff from the Scuderia. He hardly lost any time with that. But telling you now, Wally just looped it at the top of the hill there. But yeah, it's a race of attrition, as you say. It's tight, it's twisty, it's going to be hot and bothersome out there. And the first thing that came to my mind was the track is trying to get you. These drivers are trying to get you too. You know, you show any sniff of it inside and someone will be straight down there in an instant.
Yeah, just riding on board with PRL Optic. Started 18th on the grid, lap 3, but start lap 4. He's on the back of Clement Pheasant and looks to be wanting to get a move done here in the DRS zone. He's really close, but unfortunately the Red Bull ahead also has that DRS. So unfortunately, he will not get that move. Late on the brakes, almost kissing his rear end there.
Optics one to watch here this evening. He's got the red mist underneath that helmet here this evening. He might have had a penalty in the qualifying.
He goes round the outside!
As he tries to go around the outside there, but he gets a fantastic run up the hill. It's one of these tracks where it's almost like Monaco. If you can place your car in the right positions, as Clement, the wily old fox that he is, will know where to put it. It's very hard to create that opening. Optic can be all in his mirrors trying to put the pressure on, but Clement mightn't crack here. Optic's gonna have to try and push the envelope at some stage.
He is. He's really putting him under pressure here. He tried a little cheeky move around the outside, and in real life that is the faster line to take, but in esports it's keeping it tight and rolling the exit out wide, but he's really forcing, almost trying to force Clement into a mistake here as this battle continues into lap 4 now, into lap 5 now. Could this be his chance? He's got to get a good exit, riding on board now with the Optic. And Clement, he gets out of that slipstream as quick as he can, but then back onto the racing line. It doesn't look like he's going to get it done here this round either.
No, I don't think so. I think he might have blew some of his beans down there with his ERS the last time around. He still has the 70-odd%, but decided better off it this time around. He's just trying to see where he's fast. Oh, look at this. Optic nearly loses the rear end. He captures it, but he's lost some time there.
Yeah, as he's dropped back a bit, give Clement a bit of breathing space. So he's going to have to gather himself up and get right on the back of it again. Interestingly enough, look at Shifters really sticking with Scotty out there today, or within a half a second. And now he's brought QC Alex in almost within that DRS zone as well. So, yeah, Scotty not as dominant as he would like to be at this stage of the race.
Yeah, Shifters is definitely within that half a second. He tried it hard on turn 1 and lap 1 as well, but ultimately didn't make the move stick. But he is keeping very close to Scotty. Can he perform the overcut? There's 3/10 between them now.
Sorry to interrupt, mate, but we've got a Williams then, and it looks like a move going to be done here into the braking zone on the Ferrari. Albo tries and sticks around the outside, but he's going to have to back out of that as the Williams takes that race in line. So, a good job there from Reese Boy. He gets himself up into 9th place.
Robbie has spun out on the track as well. Not a great evening for himself. And this is what the guys have been praying for all championship long. And it's finally come their time to shine. But it's only lap 6 out of 36 here as well, Paddy. 30 odd laps left on that board. There's a lot that can change here. But it's definitely looking good for Scotty and Shifters and co.
Yeah, obviously he's trailing in the championship by around 20, I believe. Let's get them up quickly. I believe that he's trailing by, 27 points. Is Scotty, so he'll be licking his lips if it stays like this at the end of the race, that's for sure. He'll really close the gap on him. But like you said, and like we said earlier, this track can be so unforgiving, and anything could happen, a safety car, and just people's errors. When you make an error, as what we've seen already 7 laps in, when you make an error on this track, it seems to be quite costly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. You can find yourself into the wall. Something fierce as Robbie is there pulling off the thing. I tell you, that'll be a sight for sore eyes for Scotty Shifters. I think Christmas and their birthday has all come at once with the championship leader off to the side there, and it's only lap 6. They've already put a lap on him. But this is an interesting one here, alright? So Scotty is in the lead with Shifters there in second. They're very close together here. But the ERS, so Scotty is on 20%, where Shifters is on 57%. Shifters definitely has the pace here, okay?
He does, he's feeling it, isn't he? He's definitely feeling it.
He's definitely putting Scotty under pressure, but we've seen this before, alright? Second place having a fantastic overcut with the tire, okay? But they don't make the move and the safety car comes out. And they lose that advantage. So Shifters does need to make the move stick here and pull out of the DRS zone, because he's just given that kind of an inkling.
And unfortunately, the problem he's getting here is Scotty's getting a better grip out of that last turn. So he's just doing enough out of that last turn to pull away, so he's not challenged at the end of the straight. And that's where it's going to be. Shifter seems to be quicker through the first and middle sector, and then it comes to that last sector, the last 2 turners, and there you go. Sorry, yes, safety car, and that is going to be Robbie's DNF'd.
It's on intermediates, so I'm not quite sure what's after happening there. I think the game may have glitched, or someone out there has no front wing or something, because something weird's after happening. Anyway, so safety car is definitely deployed, and we have ourselves an interesting race here. Lap 8 out of 36, ladies and gentlemen. And we have our first safety car with Scotty in the lead, Shifters in second. And this is what I was literally just saying. Can Shifters now put the pressure on Scotty with new tyres here?
Also, when will Patty learn not to be in game chat? I'm not sure. What do you mean? Am I in game chat?
Uh-oh.
Am I in game chat?
the poor guys. That's what caused the safety car. Robbie's got null and void the race. No.
I don't even
at all.
know what game. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh.
I shouldn't be in game chat, should I?
Dude, someone's on intermediates. Or is someone on intermediates? Or is that just my thing glitching out? Alex
No, it does say
is on intermediates.
interesting.
Is it meant to rain in this race? And that's why, because Robbie was on intermediates.
Well, I don't see any spots of rain out there at the minute, but it does look cloudy.
It does, doesn't it? This is a tantalizing situation. We had a similar situation with the F2 race, if you were watching it there during the weekend, and unfortunately the wet tires did not pay off in that instance. The rain did not come and they had to pit for slicks again. But this is a very interesting tactic here from Alex. I don't know.
I've just realised what it is these PS5 controllers have a mic on the controller. So I've just muted my mic. You won't be able to hear me in game chat. Boom! Winning!
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. My controller picks up the game. Yeah, I got it. It's good. Right, the guys cannot hear me now.
Fair enough. That'll be good for them. They can listen to their strategists now and wait for that rain to come. But I don't know here. I'm looking at that rain. It's trying to look at the crowd. They don't have their umbrellas up yet.
I mean, it's a very bold move. Interesting enough, if we were going to get rain, surely we wouldn't have seen the boys then pit for softs and hards, right?
I don't know. Yeah. I
think he's made an error. He's made an error.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
He's made an error, and that's so unfortunate. He's selected the wrong tyre, and maybe that's what Scotty. Then maybe that's what Robbie did as well, and yeah. It's so unfortunate for QC Alex, but he is under safety car. He can get on the back here of him now, and he can still salvage something from this, from that mistake. It does happen throughout the season. People do have these mistakes. I've done it plenty of times, and I'm sure Lemony, you're not a stranger to the odd mistake, strategy mistake like that.
Oh, I tell you now, but it's definitely one that you try to forget about on an instant. Can I please take everyone's attention to the top of the leaderboard? We have PRL Optic in first position and Spider-Man F1 in second. These two guys have found themselves up at the top of the grid here. Bear in mind they haven't made their pit stop yet, but who knows what's going to happen for the rest of this race. And they have track position here, which is key. Fair play to the guys out there. Great strategy so far. Hopefully it pays off.
Well, yeah, this could really pay off for PRL Octave. They started on the mediums. They will go quite long here. And like you just said earlier, the track position is also quite key. And it really could, by a couple of drivers being in front of Scotty, really could ruin his strategy there. And he may have to get these boys done on track.
Well, indeed, Optic now takes control of the grid as the safety car is about to pull into the pit lane. When does he go? The guys are going to be trying to anticipate as much as possible back there, but it's all Optics to decide when to accelerate here. Still a bit of tyre weaving. Is he going to wait till the line almost here? He still hasn't gone on the straight, so minimising the amount of thing, and he's put the throttle down now. He's got a great run. God, he's straight up the inside of Spider-Man though. He's not catching him napping, and as they come into turn one here, it looks as if Scotty's made the move and Spidey's being hung out to dry here. Shifters is going to try it as well.
Yeah, that's the exact start that Scotty needed. He needs to get rid of one of those drivers as quick as he can. And the fact that Shifters didn't get that move done, although he goes and has a little sniff, it's gonna help Scotty that in the battle for P1 and P2.
Definitely is. He's got a car between himself and Shifters, so Scotty works on Optic as Shifters works on Spider-Man here, but everyone else having a safely eventful restart, but they all seem to have made their way through now nicely. So a couple of twitches out there as well. Bingham blocking the inside of a Quasar, but this is madness up towards the front here as oh no, it's that big Bambino. Yes, it is indeed with Albo, so it's kicking off here.
Yeah, Big Bambino.
Oh, contact into the braking zone. Sorry to cut for Big Bambino into the gravel here. The Ferrari. He didn't leave him space, in fairness, in the braking zone.
Yeah, just 3 cars there touching each other's rear diffusers, almost pushing each other around that turn. And Scotty then is going to try and make a move here for the race win, for the race lead, sorry. He goes to the outside, Optic to the inside. He's going to try that beautiful switchback. And so far, it looks absolutely amazing. Optic tries and keeps it around the outside. And he does a great job of defence there.
Well, I'm telling you now, these guys really showing themselves some respect out there, all the way through the field as well. There's some hard battling. The tyre strategies are starting to come into play as well, and other drivers getting held up. But all power to them here. Optic is still the leader with Scotty in second. Spidey holding on to third as well.
He definitely is doing a great job, Spidey and Optic so far, but could Scotty be trying a plan of attack on the next straight? Shifters really does need to get that job done as quick as he can, and I think the way he's driving, he knows it. He's really trying to put Spider-Man off, weaving into the inside, making sure he knows he's there. Maybe put him off just slightly to make a mistake into braking, but so far so good for Spider-Man, doing a great job in defence. Going back on then to Scotty. Optic seems a little bit further ahead this time round.
Yeah, I tell you, Optic has made a fantastic blinder here, but he's going to be under pressure now. The DRS being enabled for this lap.
And Shifters then.
Shifters makes the move there on Spidey. Great stuff from Shifters into turn 1. And that's released him now towards the back of Scotty. Can he capitalise now with Scotty held up behind Optic?
Yeah, he got that move done before Scotty managed to get the move on Optic, so that has helped him out here. But Scotty now, Scotty hits the curb, and wow, that was a good save from Scotty. That could have gone a lot worse there for the Alpine driver.
This is it. This track is trying to bite you at every second. Any lapse of concentration, and you will be around. But yeah, no, good save from himself, and he's continuing on in this Grand Prix. But it's really going to be kicking off here between Shifters and Scotty here. Shifters has to make that move, otherwise he really threw away his advantage earlier on before the safety car.
And the longer Optic stays in front, the better it is going to be for his race. But I just fear that this could be the move that Scotty gets the job done. Then Optic then goes back onto the racing line. They're side by side. They're going to go into the braking side. Look how close they are. This is absolutely top quality racing. So close, but Scotty just about keeps it there and gets that job done. Then what's happened to Optic? Then Optic goes a little bit wide, and now he's let Shifters through.
Not a good stuff. He's left Cameron too. So I'm not quite sure. Does Optic have an issue here? But he's let a few guys through there, unfortunately for themselves. But as you say there, I think Spidey unfortunately spun to the back of the grid as well, so that hasn't quite worked out for himself. But yeah, Scotty is back in the lead now with Shifters still in second, but nearly outside that second here of DRS.
But crucially, Shifters is within that second. So, yeah, job well done for Shifters to getting that move done. So I believe PRL Optic went really wide into turn, is it 3 or 4? Turn 4? And yeah, and that compromises exit. And yeah, that really made him was really put under pressure there by Shifters and Cameron. And he sits in 4th place now, but still not a bad race for him so far.
Not a bad one, all right. But I seen there that Scotty Shifters had gained about 2/10 on Scotty there through that lap, but yet Scotty still set the fastest lap. So differing paces between these two drivers, depending on what sector of the track they are, it seems. Yeah,
it feels like Scotty may be a little bit quicker in that last sector. Shifters closes the gap, but Scotty seems to have got that last corner to a T. That's really important as well, and that's where we found earlier on in the race where Shifters was kind of struggling to get a move done on Scotty. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds as we see the tyre wear come into play later on in the race.
I know exactly what's happening. So Scotty is trying to pull the pin here. He's using up his ERS around the track trying to break Shifters into a second, but Shifters is using his advantage that he had earlier on, and it seems as if it's status quo now. They're within 5/10 of each other. Shifters now has about 40% ERS, and Scotty only has 27. So they're pushing each other very hard through the micro sectors here on this track, although it's a short track in general. They really are doing it by corner here. It's fascinating to see this really titanic battle here for the lead.
Oh, Big Graham and Optic are battling it out then. Optic on the outside, Big Graham on the inside. Who's going to come up better off here? Into turn 4 they go. Oh, there's contact. It's absolute carnage. And the two AlphaTaures come together. Oh, that's so unfortunate, Lemony.
Absolute disaster for Franz Tost and the AlphaTauri guys. That's so unfortunate they managed to collect themselves together, unfortunately, with that one. Great racing with Optic there. We've seen it earlier on, how he can hold his position and his line there with Scotty, but unfortunately, two just tangoed in that one, it seemed. It's a very tricky corner, ultimately, through there, and yeah, just somebody came off second best there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great battle. As we see Optic then lose a position out to Equator. Equator up to 4th place in this race now. Optic is always in with he's always there, isn't he, Optic? Within any of the excitement and coming from the back of the grid into the mix. But they were side by side, but it was so unfortunate that the two AlphaTaures ended up collecting each other.
Big Optic showing his displeasure down the straight there, a little bit of a maybe warming his tires, but he definitely isn't happy about that one. He is somebody who finds himself in the top positions here, as you say. He's a fantastic strategist here. He's on 16 lap old mediums and he's in 5th position. He's going to be pitting now shortly. He's going to probably go for a medium soft here if he can stretch it out, but he probably needs another safety car.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how far he can take those mediums. Then just going on to the tyres as it stands then. Yeah, he's done 16 laps. Spider-Man, obviously, he did have that spin. And there's a yellow flag in sector. That's an Alfa Romeo.
That's Shifters. That's Shifters around. Shifters has lost his front wing. Absolute disaster for Shifters. He's dropped completely out of contention. And that's the end of his Grand Prix. He's still in it, but that's unbelievable stuff here.
Oh, wow. So Shifter's still got his front wing. It's Cameron that's lost his wing in the Haas car. So what happened there?
Oh, sorry. My bad. It looked as if it was Shifters, but...
I'm wondering, I mean, Shifters definitely came off the track, but it's actually Cameron that has lost his front wing completely.
Interesting stuff with that one, I have to say. Very strange out there. I definitely seen a car without missing a whole front wing. But yeah, what are you meant to do? Quasar has found himself in the second here, so it's changed yet again at the top of the field. But Scotty still keeping his cool out there in the lead, letting everyone else have all the drama behind him, and he's just having a Sunday drive here at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, wow, imagine being that pack was so close together, and now Scotty's found himself 5 seconds ahead. I mean, there is a certain part of luck in Formula One, and I think he's getting out there today so far.
Icy Boy has spun in the Williams there as well, so they're not having a great evening at all. This has become a race of attrition here. Everyone's found themselves in a bit of bother at some stage. Even Wally we seen spinning earlier on, so it doesn't matter. It really does go to show it ain't over till it's over, and he's battling up there in 6th at the moment with Clement Pheasant in 5th.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a shake-up here, but that's what this track gives you in the game. It's so difficult to keep this right for the whole of the 50% race, and we were mentioning this in qualifying towards the start of the race, and it's proven itself to be true here today. But the person that is out in top, that is still there as we speak, is still LFR Scotty leading from the front. He knows this is his best chance to really close that gap on CPI Scotty. He's going to be within 2 points.
Scotty Spawn, he's down into 2nd. I was wondering where that yellow flag was and what Williams it was. Yeah. There we go. Optic's down the inside. He's pushed his way through. Optic is really forcing the issue here. And Scotty is finding himself being bullied out there. And that's Optic into second. Great stuff. Does Scotty have some damage here, Pat?
I don't know. I'm trying to get a look. I just can't believe the commentator's curse. What happened there? So Optic on 18 lap old mediums has got the job done then on LFR Scotty. So is he going to pull into the pits here? No, he's not. Maybe it was just a spin, and obviously he's getting his tyres back into the because all those rear tyres after a spin are going to be so hot to try and keep that on the track. That may be why he lost another position there to Optic, but well recovered, shall we say, from Scott. It could have been a lot worse.
Clement and Wally going side by side there, showing Optic and Co how it's done into the hairpin here as well on the exit. Oh, there's contact! And Clement is off into the wall. He's out of Grand Prix. A massive accident there between the guys, and it's another safety car here, Pat. I can't believe it. Oh, unbelievable look for Clement. He just got caught up, and that was all she wrote.
What a last 5 minutes. What's going on? What's the 5 minutes of this race just absolutely bopped off? This is absolute incredible scenes. As I would say, it's absolute carnage.
I can't believe it. Oh, just unbelievable stuff from themselves. But what are you meant to do here with the guys? Clement just absolutely getting caught up there by Wally as well. Just the wheels intertwined, they do the tango again, but unfortunate for the guys there, and it's the second safety car this evening.
I know.
And Optic is going to find himself right in the penalty.
I know, I was just thinking this. 10 lap old mediums, is everyone going to come in here? I would say they will. Quasar stays out. Was that the right choice? Scotty, Optic goes in. Yeah, okay, so the soft tyres are going to go on here. Now then, is Quasar going to try and do these mediums to the end?
I think they are. I think they're all going to go to the end here. But in fairness, Optic has found himself in a pretty solid position here in 6th on a brand new set of softs. And everyone else behind then as well. So it's Alex and Total Carney who are going to find themselves first under pressure after the safety car. But if there's another quick one in succession, Quasar and Scotty could really find themselves in a bit of hot bother here.
Yeah, they definitely can. And keep an eye on QC Alex. Remember early in the race where he had that spin and he was down at the back of the grid, and now he's found himself into 5th place. Look how quickly a race around the Netherlands can change, and that just proves you never give up round here. As long as you've got 4 wheels on that track, you're always in contention.
I don't think there's anyone in this field who have had a non-eventful race here. Scotty has spun. I'm sure I've seen a Quasar off into the grass at one stage. As you say, Alex was around. Optic has been in his own wars. Wally's had his own wars. Shifters has had some issues out there. Big Bambino trying to get some points is still there in 9th, but I don't know what happened to him at the moment.
Yeah,
Troye hit his
well.
teammate. You know what I mean? Ken spun around. Risey Boy spun. This is unbelievable, as always, in the Prospects eRacing League. It's fantastic stuff here this evening.
It definitely is, and yeah, 21 laps in this Grand Prix. Just a quick mention then while we're on the safety car, we are your commentators, Paddy Pat and Lemony. Let's just go over, if you want to see our pictures, or go to our @, it's @Lemony Tang and @Paddy Pat. We are commentating on the Tier 1 Prospects eRacing League, and we've got a second safety car here today. But if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. It all helps for the growth of the league and channels. So thank you very much. Anyway, let's get back to the racing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now it's time. They've all found themselves now within near enough the second half of the race here. Now it's time to make these moves happen, to fight your way up towards the front of the field, to hopefully battle for this podium and maybe the win even. Quasar, Mr. Consistent, has not looked into first position right now. You have to be in it to win it, and he's definitely been in it here this evening. But to the expense of Scotty, Shifters and Co, he does great pace out there. What can he do for the rest of this race?
Could be interested to see how this now new strategy is going to unfold. You got 3 guys out there on fresh softs. They're going to be pretty quick, but are they going to be quick enough to get a move done here? Overtaking not the easiest, but can be done. But you know, out there, as we've seen already, it's going to be who can keep it on the track. Is going to get rewarded out here today.
Definitely. So the safety car is in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah for that one. So Quasar takes over the grid. He's the one dictating the speed now. He gets to choose when he wants to accelerate for the race start. You can only do it once though. You can't accelerate and brake. It would cause mayhem behind. But as he comes through the second last corner now into the last one, still warming his tyres though. Scotty gonna be trying to anticipate when he goes to try and get a run. He got a good run on the car in front in the last one, but Quasar's gone now. He's dropped Scotty, I have to say. Albo's gonna try and pull into the slipstream of Scotty. Can he make a move into turn 1? He's sniffing, but no, he thinks better off it as the rest of them are side by side through here between Alex and Optic and co.
Yeah, great start then from Quasar. Gets away from Scotty. But like I said, the battling is in between here. QC, Alex is... Oh, what's going on here?
Ali?
Scotty? No. What's happened to Scotty? Scotty
Where's
down
Scotty
in 10th
gone?
place. He's 11th. He's had a bit of a wobble and he's now down in 11th place.
His hands up in the air. He's throwing a wobbler in the cockpit and outside it as well. He's into 12th. I can't believe it. The day that he needs to do well, and he's going to be lucky if he even scores a few points. Cameron down the inside of Ken as well. He's in the mid-pack battle here. It's not a good place for a championship second place right now.
Especially, sorry, we've got Tokani and Optic. Optic making a move then in 3rd place now on 1 lap old softs. He's looking good for maybe the win here.
Optic is definitely going to be battling here, but these guys right in front of Scotty here really going hammer and tongs. Cameron and Ken be side by side for the last couple of corners and they finally separate, but they're all going to be dead on down into the braking zone here. What's going to happen is Optic goes down the inside of everyone's going down the inside of everyone into turn 1 here.
Total Carney then loses a couple of positions on those old 15 lap old mediums, and the soft runners have really made a good strategy call here.
I don't know where to look. I'm actually laughing so hard here in the commentary because it's just kicked off everywhere. I have no idea where to go. I'm looking at shifters working on Wally up at the top of the hill here, and he's up the inside. No, he's not. These guys are racing so hard here. It's really great stuff out there.
Yeah, they're really on the edge, and like we've seen already, they're that much on the edge, and maybe too much because of the amount of carnage we've had here in this race. Anyone could win this race, but I tell you what, if Optic goes from last here to first, that is a hell of a showing, especially on how hard this track can be for these drivers out here today.
Well, he's definitely got the tyre advantage now. He's worked his way up in the second. Yellow flag said, oh no! That's Albo! Massive accident! Oh my word! I can't believe it! It's a huge accident here in the Prospect eRacing League. I can't believe it, Pat.
Oh my God! That is the biggest collision I have ever seen. Not only in this league, but anywhere and everywhere. Holy moly! What? Have I just witnessed? And the thing is, the ghosting is off. It's proper real racing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, wow, if we could red flag that, that would be it, wouldn't it, Lemony?
I can't believe it. That has to be one of the biggest accidents I've ever seen in this game. Everyone pushing so hard. And they just got caught up with a couple of cars blocking the track. And that was it. They all just came steaming in, just piling in. Unbelievable.
It was such a fast exit off that the right-hander. That Ferrari was just parked sideways, and there's not much space there, and everyone just came piling in. And wow. Just like that, once again, lap 25. And I'm absolutely speechless. I'm speechless.
I don't know. I need to compose myself here in the commentary booth. Glad everyone's okay as always. We lost 3 drivers there, and I think there's about 7 or 8 in the pit lane. But that just goes to show, like, I'm not trying to be bad either. Like, it's not a thing of bad driving or anything. Everyone's just so close and so hard at it. literally, if one person makes a mistake in the wrong section, everyone's just piled into that one there. It's so unfortunate for everyone, I have to say.
To be fair, I almost felt the whiplash in the commentary booth there, Modi. That was that much of a car pile-up. But safe to say, Optic, another safety car, second place, a full lap hold. This safety car is going to help him again to make those softs last. But the problem we've got now is we've got QC Alex. He's in the pits, but he looks like he's coming out in fourth on those fresh. So this has now put another spanner in the works for these drivers. It's going to be an absolute shootout.
It's gonna be a good one here now this evening. I'm gonna get some water to clear my throat here and to clear the mind. But these guys, they need to be concentrating for the last 10 laps here, and hopefully somebody has to win this one here, Pat. It's gonna be great to see.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, though, whoever does win this race out there, really, really well deserved it. Simply because what we have witnessed here tonight, the track has proven once again how difficult it is, even at this level, to keep that car facing the right direction for 36 laps. And like you said, there's not a driver out there that's not had their own little issue out there today, but it's who's going to come out on top. So, safety car it is. Quasar then is going to run from the front, but now he's on 16 lap old mediums. I'm going to have to, for me, it's going to be a matter of time, I think, not when, for when Optic gets that move done. 17 lap old mediums, he's going to get it to the end, I would say. But he's going to be tough for a Quasar, it's got to be said. What is his defensive display going to be like? He's going to be leading the field, it's probably going to be in this lap, so we'll have to wait for the race control to confirm that. But it looks like all the drivers have now caught up. Albo at the back somehow didn't DNF after all that carnage. Welcome back, Lemony.
Thanks very much. I have no idea how Albo survived that one, but telling you, it was just looking at the draw really at that stage. I had a quick look there, and yeah, just Albo was the one who looped it around in front of the field, and it's just unfortunate everyone else just piled in, taking evasive actions, and that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately.
Now, with 17 lap old mediums, what do you think of the Quasar? He's going to have to just defend for his life here. Thankfully, though, Big Bang being on lap 14, he's got to defend as well from the guys on fresh softs. That could help Quasar out a little bit, but it's just how long he can hold on, especially with this track being so unforgiving. When are those tyres going to be that rotted? He's just going to be skating on ice out there, Lemony.
Yeah, he definitely is, and so is Optic as well, and then 5 lap old softs. They're going to be under some severe pressure from Alex Troye, and Spidey in the 6th. He's capitalised fantastically well over the last couple of laps, so the Quasar again takes over the positioning of the field. He's gone pretty much quite a good bit in front. I think he's going to try and spread the field out here. A lot of people caught out, definitely. And, oh no, wait, sorry, it wasn't safety car coming in this lap. My apologies.
I think he's been a bit naughty there. I think Quasar's been naughty there. I think I think he backed off, right? He backed off there, which meant that he wouldn't have caught up to the safety car, which means that they were going to do an extra lap under safety car. I think that's exactly what he just did there. I don't know if that's within the rule book or that may be something we may need to implement into next season. But that was very naughty. If it's not in the rule book, then it maybe should be for next season.
Very cheeky.
Very cheeky. Very cheeky, but clever. If it's not in the rule book, it's not in the rule book. But yeah, that was cheeky, clever, but cheeky.
He's sniffing a win here, is a Quasar.
He's got to do everything he can, right?
He's pulling out all the tricks of the trade. I tell you, he must have been sitting on that trick all year long, waiting for this opportunity. to utilise it. But very heads-up driving by Equator. These guys really are thinking so hard in that cockpit. It's amazing to think that they're able to come up with that kind of a strategy while they're flying around, battling wheel to wheel, hard at it.
Well, I've got to disagree. I don't think that's a strategy. I think that's just bad sportsmanship, if I'm honest. So, naughty boy, Equator. But, you've got to have things happen for them to then be implemented in the rules. And I think he's just got himself, I would say, a slam dunk. If not, definitely a rule change for next year, that's for sure. So, but I think they did change the rules about this under the safety car, making sure they're backed up. But anyway, he's now leading the effective safety car. Now, safety car's coming in this lap. Take us away with it, Lemony.
No bother, Roger. But yeah, no, so Quasar, is he going to do anything different this time around? Or is he going to go fairly midway through the last corner? Optic is going to try and anticipate as much as possible. He has them soft tyres and the extra grip advantage as well. Can he take advantage? So Quasar pulls the trigger there. Optic left a little bit behind there, but Big Bambino well behind with the rest of the guys there as well. So that's not good for everyone else as Troye and Alex go side by side into turn 1 as well. What can they do? They're all still battling their way through, sorting themselves out towards turn 2 and 3. So good stuff from everyone so far. And so good restart, I suppose, there, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a matter of time. I think it's Optic at this point of the stage of the race. I think it's Optic's race to lose here. They dropped Big Bambino off the start, but Optic can't mess about. He's got to get ahead of Equator as quick as he can, because while he's got the life in them tyres, he needs to use them.
This is it. This is make or break for Optic's race. Equator, not so much, because he's going to be under pressure for the rest of the race, all right? But Optic needs to try and get a couple of seconds out and hope that Quasar holds the rest of the chase and pack us there now within a second. So, the Big Bambino doing a valiant job out there, I have to say. He's still within a second from the guys up in front, but how far are the medium tyres going to last these guys? I just don't know.
Well, he's got to get the job done now for any chance of him winning this race. And he is going to go to the inside. He's going to be very close under braking. And because of that fresh tyre, he's managed to brake a little bit later. And that's job done there for Optic. Optic, your new race leader.
Good stuff from Optic, and Troye is being released from Big Bambino as well. So the tyres are just not holding out for these medium runners. These softs are coming into there. They're fresh. They're brand spankers for Troye and Co.
Oh, Spider-Man has a bit of contact. God knows how he saved it, but he did. And wow, he just went to the inside on QC Alex. And I think there's a little bit of contact, but he saved it. Brilliant save.
From Spidey. He can say, oh no, wait, that's Optic. The leader's off. He's off the grass and he's back on now as well, but I can't believe it. He just threw it away. And now he's trying to battle here between Alex, and he's lost that position as well. He's down to 5th.
And Equator is back in the lead again. This is absolutely crazy. Crazy stuff we're seeing right now. Kaniti, what's happening to Kaniti?
Ken's crashed. He's out of the race. He's not out, but he's just stopping there.
Not great. Not a great day for the Ferrari boys. He's lost his front wing.
Not at all. But Spidey's going to be trying to work on Optic, and Alex is working on Big Bambino into turn 1. But they keep a status quo for now. But yeah, Quasar with 3/10 between them. I don't know. He's got a lot to do here. There's only 5 laps left in this Grand Prix, though.
I don't know where to look. I can't breathe. The leader keeps changing. The potential winner keeps changing. I don't even want to predict what's coming next.
I've no idea. But Big Bambino. Yeah, go ahead.
I was laughing. I was just laughing. I was just having a giggle, mate.
Can Big Bambino hold on to this 3rd position? These mediums are holding up fairly decently, I have to say, towards these soft runners. But again, it's kind of like Monaco. Can they use the advantage? Not really if you're stuck behind the car between the tight and twisty bits here. The DRS is going to be open sooner rather than later here, there, Pat. So Troye is definitely going to be battling Quasar for this.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot more ERS there to use. He's right on the tail end. Quasar's tyres, although he's done a great job, it's going to be a sitting duck moment here. But yeah, he goes straight to the inside, and just like that, job done. But what's important here now is can QC Alex, who is 5th in the championship, He can really jump a few drivers here. If he can get Quasar done quickly, we could see Troye and Alex battle it out for that win of the race.
I think he needs to be a little bit more spatially aware there. Scotty's up his inside here onto the left-hander, and Optic has let him go by. But Spidey done a very good move around the outside of turn 1, but Optic just ran him way out wide through the exit there. So I think Spidey was legitimately entitled to some space. But anyway, Optic has now dropped to 6th behind Scotty, with Spidey just behind him in 7th. Good battling though between these guys.
Yeah, can Spider-Man get a move then on the second DRS zone on the track? Not the best overtaking opportunity, and just seems to be a little bit too far ahead to get try and move down here. Could be a bit of a DRS train at the minute for these boys, so maybe it could be about managing that ERS to the last few laps of this race.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep yourself some ERS for the last punch, as you say. It might give you a bit of an advantage towards the end, especially with that run to the line as well, being halfway down that straight. But the battles are still banging on through this race here. Scotty is right up the back of Big Bambino now. Can Scotty come back here perhaps into a podium position? Because he is, look at this, side by side. Oh, a bit of space there being left. Fair play to Big Bambino, but they're side by side at the top of the hill. Scotty's really pushing it, and he spun Big Bambino around. He just turned in on him. Where was Big Bambino meant to go? I have no idea where Scotty thought he was meant to go. But that is Big Bambino around.
Yeah, it is, it definitely is. But I think that was a little bit, hey, you give me no room on that turn, I'm going to give you no room on this turn. So that was a bit of a tit-for-tat moment, I feel, there from Scotty. I just feel like, yeah, Big Bambino didn't give him enough space there around the outside. Really pushed him wide, and then I think Scotty got a great exit and returned the favour, knowing that that's a curb you definitely can't touch. And Big Bambino goes round. That's probably going to be the one for the stewards, but for now, he is looking at a podium as Quasar loses a position to QC Alex, and Scotty's going to be right on the heels of him right now.
Yeah, unfortunate for Quasar. His tires are just starting to give up the gun.
Spider-Man's gone. I think it was a collision with Optic again, or Total Carney. Not enjoying himself behind Optic, and I think that was a coming together. We just missed it. Total Carney ahead of Optic now.
Well, that's a bit of a mad one, alright. Hopefully Optic hasn't found himself in more trouble here this evening. He has been a little bit around the place in some instances, but what are you meant to do with that one, I suppose, as well? You know what I mean? You are elbows out racing. You can't just roll over and let these guys through. So you kind of give what you can take in this as well, you know what I mean? And you do need... Oh, Spidey's DNF'd, unfortunately, at the top of the hill there. But
yeah, I think he's had enough. I think he had enough. I think he was behind battling with Optic, and I don't think that Optic was maybe racing with the awareness he may have wanted from him, if you get me. Yeah, so I think a little bit of frustration settling from Spider-Man there. But yeah, Optic is one of those, he defends hard, and you know, sometimes he can, like we're sitting there, can be really on the edge of the limit. It could go either way in the steward room.
That's it, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen it before, he can race really clean, and like, not saying that he wasn't there, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been the other driver's fault completely, but you know, as you say, I'm sure that he'd have a couple of incidents in the stewards room this evening, and like a few other guys out there as well, let's not forget. Not just Optic out there finding himself in a bit of hot and bother. But Troye is your race leader, ladies and gentlemen, with only 2 laps to go. We're on the penultimate lap here. Alex is right behind here with 6 tenths between them, and he's got, well, they're pretty much the same on the ERS there as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, QC Alex has a chance here to get this, but he's got to nail this last sector. He's going to get the DRS and ERS. He's got to nail this last sector, get that launch out of this last lap. The last to run on this straight with DRS. He's got to really nail it. Let's have a look.
He's using as much as he can, but Troye also returns the favour, and that's the end of it into turn 1. So Alex knows he's got to have to really pressure Troye here. Troye needs to keep his cool in the AlphaTauri. How mad that can turn around. He had some front wing damage earlier on. They crashed into the teammates. But he's found himself.
Albo then in the last lap getting ahead of Big Bambino, but Big Bambino sends it. Oh no! Oh, almost crashed! Just as I say, he gets ahead. He must have got a bit wobbly, as we see there on Wally's crashed on that turn. He's out of this race in the last lap of this race. Going back on though to the race leader, going through sector 3 now. Can he hold on, Troye?
I think he might have a misfire from the engine, or a bit of a line through the second last corner and the last one. But Troye seems to have done enough here as he comes through the second last corner. It's just a flat out run now towards the line. Alex trying everything that he can, but it looks as if Troye is about to take his win. He does indeed. He wins the Grand Prix with Alex in second and Scotty in third.
Fantastic race there from CPI Troye, and that's going to really help his chances in the championship running. QC Alex went from 1 point at the bottom of the grid to coming in second. Elfias Scotty had a bit of a race out there himself today, but managed to come back into it in third. Equator, 27 laps on the medium, gets fourth. Total Carney fifth. Optic in sixth. Not a bad showing for Optic towards the end there. He was a bit bullshit, I would say. But he still come from the back of the grid, and sixth is not a bad showing for him.
No, not at all. You know, like any one of the drivers that made it through to the end here this evening, give themselves a pat on the back. Optic gets the driver of the day as well. Definitely putting his nose in amongst it here this evening, and he made some fantastic moves. And he made a stick when he did, though, in fairness. But nothing takes away from your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to first, second, and third here. What a great race.
Yeah, it definitely was, and I think because of the circumstances and because of the track and because of everything that went on out there today, I think the only person that you could give the driver of the day has got to be your race winner, Troye. With everything going on, it's got to be the winner of this race that gets driver of the day for me.
No, 100%. He's the one who made the least amount of mistakes out there is Troye. So fair play to himself there. Alex in second, Scotty in third, Quasar there in fourth, and Carney is your top five. But fantastic stuff from everyone out there who finished this race.
Yeah, so Optic then gets sixth, Big Bambino seventh, Wally eighth, ninth Shifters. Reese rounds off that top 10. And just to make sure I've got everyone there for the finish. Fastest lap then goes to Shifters, just about in the top 10 with a 1:11.3, so he gets that extra point. Well, there you go. Wow, what a race.
I was not disappointed. I never am, in fairness. I hope you guys weren't either at home as well. We've seen some fantastic races, some good side-by-side action here, Pat. Some big accidents as well. And Troye is your winner.
Yeah, and for me, got to be driver of the day as well. So we're going to be back tomorrow for Tier 2, where unfortunately I will not be racing in that one tomorrow because I've got a wedding to go to. But yeah, we're back tomorrow. We have been your commentators, Paddy Pats 89 and Lemony Tang.
Thanks very much, everybody.